Greetings, this is Zed the Zombie Hunter, and today's question: what is the difference between zombies and Z-freaks? This question could be answered in a matter of seconds, but that's not my style. First, we must ask the real question: what type of zombie are you talking about? It pains me greatly that many would-be pundits of our modern society are not aware that real zombies do not eat human flesh. There, I said it. Now, before you scream, spasm, or slap yourself multiple times in the face, hear me out. Old-timey movies had it right as they explored Haitian witch doctors and rituals of voodoo, all of which was based on the incredible work of one Zora Neale Hurston, author, anthropologist, and folklorist. I would love to tell you what she discovered, but I thought it would be more interesting if she told you herself, straight from the other side of the grave, so to speak.
Well, I never heard you talk about him, did you, Vincent?
No, I haven't.
Talk about the zombie just a wee little bit.
Well, a zombie is supposed to be the living dead. People who die and are resurrected, but without their souls. And they can take orders, and they're supposed to be never to be tired, and to do what the master says without cease and without being tired. I do know that people have been resurrected in Haiti. I do not believe that they were actually dead. I believe it was suspended animation. And since there's no embalming there, it's possible. And since people are not buried below ground, they have the above-ground vaults as they do in New Orleans. It's proven where folks have been dead and folks thought they were done for, and months later somebody finds them somewhere in some hidden place, actually alive, but without their minds. And the process is that the Bokar, they go and awaken the person from the grave, and the Society des Morts, the Society of the Dead, goes with him. And they surround this tomb at midnight with their lights. And the Bokar goes inside and with supposedly the soul of the dead man in his hand. Some Bokar say they carried it in a bottle. Others say they carried it in his hand. And they began to strike this dead body to wake him up, and at the same time holding his soul on his nose. And he must answer, because his soul is there. And so he answers, and when he begins to stir, they handcuff him so that he can't resist. And then they beat him, and finally wake him up thoroughly. And he's carried in the center of this Society of the Dead. And this particular zombie, whom I photographed, whom I think I'm the first person on earth, and probably the last one to ever photograph a zombie, she had died in 1907, and nobody saw her anymore until 1936, when she was found naked on a road. But she remembered a little. She remembered where she used to live, and she went to this plantation that used to be her father's, which was now her brother's. She was identified by her brother, her ex-husband, her son, who was now grown. He was 2 or 3 years old when she died. In 1907, and she was identified, and she was officially identified by the Haitian government, and that was all the records of her death and her burial, and I photographed her in 1936. The moot question is whether they can raise people from the dead. I think it is that they have brought drugs from Africa, the civilized world does not know about, but which they will find about, perhaps eventually, and which produce certain effects that we don't know about.
Suspended animation?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That could be.
Yes.
It seems, I've heard that theory advanced before, I suppose.
Certainly there are too many cases of proven zombies to claim they do not arouse people who've been allegedly dead.
Edmund Wade Davis was named by the National Geographic as one of the explorers for the millennium. His work and writings are held in great esteem. In the 1980s, Wade Davis brought back to the United States proof of the Haitian culture of zombies. His findings later became a major motion picture focusing on the dark dealings of voodoo. Among other things, Wade came back with this little bit of information. One more issue before we answer our simple question. The great classic by the legendary George Romero, Night of the Living Dead, took the world by storm and changed the face of horror movies forever. In George's mind, the living dead were called flesh eaters, or ghouls. Fans, however, called them zombies. No doubt because of the influence of Hurston and Wade. And the epic empire of epidermis eaters began. It may well be too late for us to try to resurrect the true meaning of the word zombie. Nevertheless, to answer our profound question, what is the difference between zombies and Z-freaks? We must ponder these facts. As you can see, the differences are academic. The movie monster is a dead, soulless, reanimated corpse, while Z-freaks are infected humans dying alive and trapped inside their out-of-control bodies. On the outside, however, there is very little difference. Until next time, toodles.